Sports and extracurricular activities lead to higher academic success in the classroom. Although most of the schools near me had high school sports and arts, some people I knew decided not to participate in either. In fact, two of my friends, Ty and Chase, did not participate in high school sports or activities. Although they succeeded in high school and graduated, their GPAs and ACTs were way lower than the average athletes in our high schools. Students involved in arts and sports have higher academic achievement in the classroom. To help you better understand why sports and arts lead to a higher academic achievement for students in the classroom, I will describe the difference of academic achievement between student athletes and non-student athletes, and art students and non-art students. Now first, you may be wondering how being involved in sports and arts in high school leads to higher academic success. As stated by the University of Kansas Studies, involvement in interscholastic sports and arts has a positive impact on high school students. In other terms, sports and arts help students grow and be more successful. This does not mean a person not involved in sports and arts is less likely for success than those in this group. Next, let's look at how students involved in sports and arts have higher academic success. Movies such as Hoover, The Blind Side, and All the Right Moves have helped back the thesis of how being involved in high school sports and arts helps academic success. However, these people don't see athletes or jocks as smart or academic achievable. Sports and arts can change the students' lives in terms of academic success. According to the National Federation of High School Sports, students who compete in high school activity programs have better educational outcomes, including higher grades, higher achievement test scores, higher attendance rates, and higher educational expectations beyond high school. This tends to be the same statement for every source. Although some students tend not to be in sports or arts in high school, students that are involved in sports and arts tend to have higher academic success. According to the National Federation of High School Sports, those who participate in physical activity in sports did approximately 10% better in math and science compared to those not involved in sports. This statistics includes the difference between student athletes and non-student athletes. Sport is the way in which affects positively on their grades. Students are more involved in school, which leads them to be more involved in their classes so that they make better grades. According to the Kansas High School Athletic Association, athletes earned higher grades, graduated at a higher rate, dropped out of school less frequently, and scored higher on their assessments and tests. A Minnesota High School League survey of 300 high school student athletes and non-student athletes showed that the GPA of student athletes was a 2.94 compared to a 2.64 of non-student athletes. Moving on to the art side, according to St. Petersburg Art Alliance, students involved in art or music throughout high school had an average GPAs exceeding 3.0, as though to students not involved in art activities had a GPA average of 2.6. This statistics includes the dramatic difference in academic success between art and non-art students. According to Public School Review, students in art are 39% more likely to graduate than those not involved in art. Also, in sports and arts, the attendance rate is way higher than those not involved. According to the National Federation of High School Sports, student athletes' attendance rate was at a 98% compared to those not involved in sports at a 92%. There is more to these differences than just grades and graduation rates. Students performed in arts tend to have better communication skills, more involved and positive in their lifetime. They are also more likely to be involved with their family and more busy during their lifetime. I hope you all understand the differences in academic achievement between student athletes and non-student athletes, and art students and non-art students. By describing the differences in academic achievement between student athletes and non-student athletes, and artists and not art students, I hope you understand how important high school sports and arts can make an impact on a person's life. If you would like to learn more about the differences between students and non-student athletes and art students and non-art students, there are many links and resources and great resources to research. Thank you for listening to my speech.